The Beastmen, also known as the Children of Chaos, are a race that originated from the fusion of human settlers and the corrupting influence of chaos. Their origins can be traced back to the ancient days of the Old World. During the early days of human civilization, there were many tribes and settlements scattered across the world. However, these early humans were vulnerable to the corrupting influence of chaos, a malevolent force that seeks to corrupt and destroy everything in its path. As the forces of chaos spread, some humans willingly embraced its power, becoming mutated and transformed into monstrous creatures. These individuals were the first Beastmen, who were seen as the embodiment of chaos and destruction. Over time, the Beastmen multiplied and formed tribes, living in the wilderness and worshipping the chaos gods. They became a constant threat to the civilized world, raiding settlements and spreading chaos wherever they went. The Beastmen are deeply connected to chaos, both physically and spiritually. They possess animalistic features such as horns, hooves and fur, and are known for their savage nature and brutal attacks. They are driven by a primal instinct to destroy and corrupt, making them a formidable force. Biology and anatomy. The Beastmen possess a unique and diverse biology. Their physical characteristics and abilities are a result of their corruption by chaos and their close connection to the natural world. The Beastmen exhibit a hybrid appearance, combining human and animal features. They often have horns, fangs, hooves and fur, resembling various animals such as goats, boars or bulls. Their bodies are muscular and robust, giving them strength and agility. One of the defining traits of Beastmen is their heightened senses. They possess keen senses of smell, hearing and sight, allowing them to navigate the wilderness and detect potential threats or prey. This heightened sensory perception aids them in their predatory lifestyle. Beastmen are known for their physical prowess and resilience. They possess superior strength compared to humans and can endure significant amounts of pain and injury. This makes them formidable warriors on the battlefield, capable of overpowering their enemies with their brute force. Additionally, Beastmen have a strong affinity for the natural world. They are able to communicate with animals and can sometimes command them to aid in battle. This connection to nature also grants them the ability to move swiftly through dense forests and rugged terrains. The Beastmen's connection to chaos affects their biology immensely. They are infused with the corrupting energies of chaos, which grants them additional powers. Some Beastmen possess mutations such as additional limbs, unnatural growths or magical abilities, further enhancing their combat prowess. Psychology. The psychology of the Beastmen is shaped by their chaotic nature, their connection to chaos, and their primal instincts. They are driven by a savage and primal mindset that sets them apart from other races. Beastmen are deeply influenced by the corrupting force of chaos. This influence manifests in their psychology, making them inherently aggressive, violent, and destructive. They have an insatiable bloodlust and a relentless desire to spread chaos and destruction wherever they go. Due to their chaotic nature, Beastmen have little interest in the concepts of civilization, order, or morality. They revel in chaos and disorder, finding pleasure in the destruction of settlements and the suffering of others. They have a strong disdain for civilization and view it as weak and corrupt. It's important to note that not all Beastmen are the same, and there can be variations in individual psychology and behavior. Some Beastmen may exhibit more cunning or strategic thinking, while others may be driven solely by their primal instincts. Nonetheless, the overarching theme in their psychology is their chaotic and aggressive nature. Hierarchy. The Beastmen operate under a hierarchical structure within their tribes. This hierarchy is based on strength, dominance, and the ability to enforce one's will upon others. At the top of the hierarchy are the most powerful and dominant Beastmen, known as Bray Shamans. These individuals are gifted with magical abilities and possess a deep connection to the chaos gods. They serve as spiritual leaders and advisors, interpreting the will of the chaos gods and guiding the tribe in their actions. Below the Bray Shamans are the Bray Herds. These are the dominant Beastmen warriors who lead the tribe in battle. They are physically strong, skilled in combat, and possess a commanding presence. The Bray herds enforce the will of the Bray shamans and ensure the tribe's survival and dominance. Within the Bray herds, there may be further divisions or ranks based on individual strength and prowess. Some beastmen may rise to become chieftains or champions, leading smaller groups or specialized war bands within the tribe. These leaders inspire and motivate their fellow beastmen, leading them into battle and asserting dominance over rival tribes. Below the Bray herds and their leaders are the regular beastmen warriors. These individuals make up the bulk of the tribe's fighting force and are expected to follow the orders of their superiors. They are fierce and savage fighters, driven by their primal instincts and the desire to prove their strength and dominance. At the bottom of the hierarchy are the weaker or less dominant members of the tribe. These individuals may serve as laborers, scouts, or support roles within the tribe. They are often looked down upon by their more powerful counterparts and may be subject to mistreatment or exploitation. It's important to note that the hierarchy of the beastmen is not fixed, and individuals can challenge and rise through the ranks through displays of strength and dominance. The hierarchy is based on a constant struggle for power and dominance, with the strongest individuals rising to the top and the weaker ones falling to the bottom. Religion. The beastmen are deeply connected to the chaos gods and often worship them as their deities. They view themselves as the chosen children of chaos and believe that their chaotic and destructive nature is a gift from these dark gods. The chaos gods are powerful entities representing different aspects of chaos, such as violence, bloodshed, mutation, and destruction. The beastmen revere these gods and seek to please them through acts of violence and chaos. They believe that by spreading chaos and destruction, they can earn the favor of the chaos gods and gain their blessings. Each beastmen tribe may have its own specific rituals and practices related to their worship of the chaos gods. These rituals often involve sacrifices, bloodshed, and the incorporation of animals into their ceremonies. The beastmen may also engage in chaotic and violent acts as offerings to the chaos gods, believing that such acts please their deities and strengthen their connection to them. It's important to note that the beastmen's religion is not based on a moral or ethical code like many other religions. Instead, their worship is centered around chaos, destruction, and the pursuit of power. They do not adhere to concepts of good or evil, but rather embrace the chaotic nature of the world. Although they may not fully understand it, the beastmen play a crucial role in the everlasting mission of the ruinous powers to engulf the world in a tumultuous and irrational wave of perpetual warfare and change. The beastmen are responsible for dismantling the graceful elven waystones that serve as a barrier against the influence of chaos, replacing them with herdstones, crude shrines that corrupt the surrounding land. They relentlessly track down and eliminate those who would otherwise remain beyond the grasp of the chaos gods. Furthermore, the beastmen afflict human civilizations, preventing their progress from advancing beyond primitive stages for centuries to come. Thus, the Cloven Ones persist as the vanguard in the battle against order and enlightenment, a conflict that continues to escalate towards catastrophic proportions. Society. The society of the beastmen is tribal and primitive, reflecting their feral and chaotic nature. They live in loosely organized tribes, each led by dominant individuals and driven by a primal hierarchy. Beastmen society is centered around strength and dominance. The most powerful and dominant individuals, such as Bray shamans and Bray herds, hold positions of authority and lead the tribe. These leaders enforce their will upon the rest of the tribe and guide their actions. Within the tribes, there is a sense of hierarchy based on physical strength and prowess. The strongest beastmen rise to positions of leadership and command, while the weaker or less dominant members occupy lower positions within the hierarchy. The hierarchy is not fixed, and individuals can challenge and rise through the ranks by proving their strength and dominance. They have little interest in civilization or morality and instead embrace their primal instincts. Despite their chaotic nature, beastmen tribes do exhibit some level of organization. They have hunting parties, scouts, and specialized war bands that fulfill specific roles within the tribe. These roles may include gathering resources, scouting enemy territories, or leading smaller groups in battle. The beastmen also have a strong sense of kinship and loyalty within their tribes. They view themselves as a chosen race, the children of chaos, and often form strong bonds with their fellow beastmen. They fight together, share resources, and support one another in their pursuit of chaos and dominance. The beastmen establish their campsites around the sacred herdstones scattered throughout the shadowy forests of the old world. These herdstones, often referred to as the Chaos Heart, hold immense significance for the beastmen, who offer various items to appease and gain favor from the gods. Weapons, armor, the banners of defeated enemies, and the corpses of mutilated foes are all piled around the base of these stones. The clearing surrounding the herdstone is strewn with a carpet of bones, the remains of captives taken in battle and sacrificed by the Bray shamans in honor of the ruinous powers. These herdstones are always erected in places of magical importance, typically above one of the ominous meteors that birthed the beastmen in ancient times. They are deliberately concealed, hidden deep within dark and inaccessible parts of the forests, concealed within caves or atop mountains. Beastmen warherds and minotaur tribes are often found nearby, serving as guardians of these sacred shrines. Any intrusion within 100 leagues of a herdstone triggers a relentless onslaught from every warherd in the region. Occasionally, formidable minotaurs assume the role of keepers, instilling fear as they protect these hallowed beastmen sanctuaries. To assemble their war bands, a blazing signal fire is ignited at the center of the herdstone circle. Shamans frequently add mind-altering herbs to the flames, creating billows of peculiarly colored smoke that spiral into the sky. This fire, fueled by wood and carrion, burns for days on end. Gradually, other beastmen are drawn to the sacred stones, enticed by the fire's allure and the scent of burning fat. Each arriving chieftain etches their name or mark onto the central stone using the crude beast tongue, a beastman variation of the dark tongue. Subsequently, their warband establishes their camp. The herdstones serve as the focal point for significant celebrations and festivals among the beastmen. They act as rallying points where warbands can gather and unite without immediate conflict. Additionally, these sites host feasts, most notably the ritualistic Champions Feast, where the flesh of fallen chieftains is consumed by the herd. Beast Tongue. The beastmen do not have a distinct language of their own. They primarily communicate through a mixture of guttural roars, grunts, snarls, and other bestial sounds. Their speech is often described as harsh and bestial, reflecting their feral nature. While the beastmen do not have a formal language, they can understand and speak the common language of the old world, which is typically used by humans and other races. This allows them to communicate with other factions and understand the commands of their leaders. However, their communication is often limited to basic commands, battle cries, and simple expressions. Their primary mode of communication is through non-verbal cues, such as body language, growls, and snorts. These non-verbal signals are often enough to convey their intentions, strategies, and desires to each other. It's important to note that the beastmen's lack of a distinct language aligns with their feral and chaotic nature. They rely more on their primal instincts and physical prowess rather than sophisticated communication. Their bestial sounds and non-verbal cues serve as effective means of communication within their tribal society. Military. The military of the beastmen is a chaotic and brutal force. It consists of various units and formations that reflect their feral and savage nature. The beastmen rely on their physical strength, speed, and bestial instincts to overwhelm their enemies in battle. One of the core units of the beastmen military is the Gors. Gors are the basic infantry of the beastmen, armed with crude weapons such as axes, spears, and clubs. They form the backbone of the beastmen forces and are known for their ferocity and willingness to charge headlong into battle. Another important unit is the Bestigers. Bestigers are larger and more powerful beastmen, often serving as elite shock troops. They are heavily armored and wield powerful weapons, making them formidable in close combat. Centaurs are another unique unit in the beastmen military. They are half-man, half-beast creatures, combining the upper body of a beastman with the lower body of a powerful warhorse. Centaurs are fast and agile, often serving as cavalry units, charging into enemy lines and causing havoc. The Bray Shamans are the mystical leaders of the Beastmen, serving as both spiritual guides and powerful spellcasters. They tap into the chaotic magic and use their spells to aid their fellow Beastmen in battle. Bray Shamans can summon wild creatures, unleash destructive spells, and provide magical support to their forces. The Beastmen military also includes specialized units such as chariots, monstrous creatures, and warhounds. These units add diversity and versatility to their forces, allowing them to adapt to different battlefield situations. In battle, the Beastmen rely on their superior numbers, brute strength, and relentless aggression. They employ hit-and-run tactics, using their speed and agility to quickly close in on the enemy, unleash a devastating assault, and then retreat to regroup and strike again. Their goal is to sow chaos and confusion among their enemies, breaking their formations and exploiting any weaknesses.